newbies. It's Psychic Bob. It is so awesome to be back with you. Woo. Well, welcome to Thursday. It's Zodiac Thursday. And have I got a treat for you today? We're going to talk about the chart of an amazing and famous person. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who came out to yesterday's video. We had Wiccan Wednesday, and I talked about bag magic, how to use your magic bag as a spiritual temple, how to do magic to consecrate and empower the bag that you carry every day. So if you didn't see that, check that out. That's in the queue right before this one. We had a great turnout. I want to say thank you to all of you who wrote such nice comments and were so interested in that. We'll have more on bag magic coming for sure. Because you know me, I love my Gucci bags. What can I say? Well, here we are at Zodiac Thursday. And you know, today, this is going to be a fun day because I love British royalty. Those of you who are new here may not know this. Some of the old-time people may not know this. But I used to travel regularly to the United Kingdom several years ago. And while I was there, I actually had a girlfriend at the time. I used to work on the Royal Press Corps. So I very much followed the British royal family. I used to go to royal events that she would cover. Even got to see Prince Philip in person and saw Princess Diana and a lot of the royal family. They're wonderful, wonderful people. So I've always felt a connection to the royal family. And some of you may know also that in this life, my cousin on my father's side was the Duchess of Windsor. If you don't know who she is, look her up. Her name is Wallis Simpson. So I have an interconnection with the royal family through my family as well. So I thought it would be fun to do some royal astrology today. You know, the newest member of the royal family is Catherine Middleton, who married Prince William. Prince William is the son of Prince Charles and the late Princess of Wales, Princess Diana. And William, a few years ago, married Catherine, and she is now known as Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge. She's also a Royal Highness. Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Cambridge. So I wanted to look at Catherine's chart today. She's one of my favorite people. I just love her. I'm drawn to her. And I keep saying, why am I so drawn to her? I mean, she's beautiful, but it's like I feel like a soul connection to her. And well, when I pulled up her chart, then it all made sense. In fact, let me put up the chart. This is the chart of Her Royal Highness, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. Here it is. So, anyways, this is interesting because her birthday was January 9th, 1982. She was born at 11:33 p.m. This makes her sun sign Capricorn. Capricorn is a wonderful sign. That's an earth sign, but it's also a very forward-thinking. Capricorns tend to be great leaders. They're very inspirational people. They're forward-thinking, and they're very grounded as well. So they make great leadership roles. And it's interesting that now as Duchess of Cambridge, she finds herself in a very high-profile leadership position, and eventually someday she will be the Queen of the United Kingdom, the Queen Consort. And having a Capricorn sign is a wonderful thing. Now, what's also fascinating is, you know, I'm looking at all of her chart of her planets, of her houses, and I've got to tell you a little bit about that. So she's got her sun in Capricorn. She's got her moon in Cancer. Cancer is the intuitive side that's artistic. That means that she has a deep inner rich life, a life of vision, a life of imagination, a life of feeling. So she's not somebody who's surface and just, you know, a pretty face. She has a lot of depth to her. So I think this also makes her a wonderful candidate to be queen someday. Her ascendant sign is Libra, and Libra, as you know, is an air sign. That means she's friends with the whole world and likes to have everybody be at ease. This will be very good in her job as Duchess as well as future queen, because as a Libra, she'll have great gifts of communications with her ascendant sign Libra, I should say. Now, what's also nice is I've been looking at all of her planets. Now, I figured out what drew me to her. And let me tell you about this. Now, of all of her planets, as I said, she's got her sun in Capricorn, and she's got her moon in Cancer. Now, she has 3 major planets also in Aquarius. She has Mercury in Aquarius. Mercury is the sign of communications. As an Aquarian energy Mercury, this means she can talk to the masses, to the world. This is very good. In her position, she's very much in the world stage. And it's interesting, if I had looked at her chart way before she ever met Prince William, I would have been able to say it's like she will communicate with the world. I'm sure any astrologer looking at this would agree. She also has Venus in Aquarius. Venus is the planet of love. It's the planet of, beauty, of self-confidence, and it's also in Aquarius, which means that she kind of does her own thing, her own style, and as we've seen over the last few years, she's really emerged into her own creative style. She looks great all the time. That's the Aquarian energy. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, so it means sudden inspiration, and I think that she does a lot of directing of her own clothes and her own style. As a Venus in Aquarius, this also means that she has love for humanity. She grasps the world and wants to connect to it. Now, what's also great is she's got Mars in Aquarius. Mars is the planet, it's a fire planet. That is what a lot of stars have. A lot of people with star power have Martian energy somewhere in their chart. And her planet Mars falls in the house of Aquarius. Aquarius, again, deals with the idea of the masses. And so it means that she has star power that she can play to the world at large. Excellent type of astrology of planetary alignments to have, particularly in her position, you see. Now, what I also love is she's got the planet Jupiter in Scorpio. This means that she feels very deeply and very sentimental about money. Money to her is looked at not as necessarily just something to have. It has to have an emotional connection. So this means that she values material objects, but more importantly, she values them for the people that they represent in her life. So if you give her a gift, it has to be from the heart. It has to be sincere. And if it is, she'll have great respect and rapport with that present, okay? It's very wonderful. Now, Jupiter also means that she has abundance of emotion, a lot of love to give to the world. Saturn is also in Aquarius. Now, Saturn is what we call the wisdom planet. And so this means that she has the ability to see the larger picture and to really be aware of how her actions impact the world at large. Her planet Uranus is in Capricorn. Uranus is the planet of sudden insights. As she has a sun in Capricorn, this means that she's very advanced, very forward-thinking. She gets inspirations, and she tends to run with it, okay? Planet Neptune is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the planet that's like the hunter and gatherer. Neptune is how we feel inside. So this means she pays attention to her inner voice, and she makes her actions based on that, okay? Wonderful. And she also has Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. Pluto is that long-range planet. It deals with long-term vision. And Aquarius means that she's able to see her impact on the world at large, okay? Now, as I was spinning around, I was looking at all the houses, because in somebody's chart, each of there are 12 houses. And the first house is the house that deals with how we relate to the world, how we feel about ourselves, how ourself is seen by the world. Now, what's fascinating, in her first house, she has Mars, Saturn, and Pluto all in Aquarius in the first house. So what that means, again, that's that star power. Saturn is the wisdom. Pluto is the long-range vision. She sees herself in a role, realizing that she's taken on a big role, and she's in it for the long haul. She's not just here a flash in the pan and gone. The Duchess of Cambridge will go down in history as somebody who was a stabilizing influence in the monarchy. It shows that Martian power, that she has that star quality, and that Pluto brings in long-term stability around her. Really, really great. You know, as many of you know, in the last 30 years, we've had a lot of upheavals in the House of Windsor with the divorce of Charles and Diana, the divorce of Prince Andrew, and the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson. This alignment in the first house means that she views herself in a role of commitment and in it for the long term, okay? Now, what's also interesting, in her second house, she has the planet of Jupiter. The second house deals with money. And so this indicates in her life that she will have abundant blessings. And I tell you, marrying into the royal family, that's a pretty good side right there of wealth. Interestingly, as we talked about earlier, that planet Jupiter falls in Scorpio, which also means that she feels deeply about money. It has to mean something. She doesn't just do things for money. She has to believe in her causes. And this is why she does such great charity work, because she works with charities and raises money and will bring blessing, but it's things she truly believes in. So when she gets up and does a speech at a charity, at a fundraiser, she's really committed. This will bring her blessings throughout her life. I think is a wonderful alignment. Now, also here, her fourth house is fascinating. It deals with issues connected to home and family. She has the sun, which is in Capricorn, in her fourth house. She also has Mercury in the fourth house in Aquarius and Venus in Aquarius. What this means is that home is central to her. But she doesn't run a stuffy home, very forward-thinking, yet very grounded. I think we'll see with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, she's going to very much be a trendsetter in home life. She may break with protocols down the future because of that Capricorn energy and kind of step out on her own. We may see her, for example, in the future say, well, I'm going to develop a new home. I'm not going to live at this certain place that's tradition. So there is a little bit of that forward-thinking energy here. She has Mercury also in this house, which means in her home, there's open communication. It means that there'll never be a silence in this house of people not speaking. She wants people to be at ease and to communicate, and this will translate as her as a great hostess. So if you get invited to the house of the Duchess of Cambridge, it will be entertaining. She also has Venus in Aquarius, which means that she loves beauty. So her homes will always be filled with beauty, where she will look beautiful, and it will be beautiful for those who come and experience it there. Wonderful, wonderful home life. I would say that she and Prince William will have a very happy, stable home life. And again, it'll be a long-term connection, okay? No divorce coming for these two, I tell you that. Now, her 10th house also shows up here. And the 10th house deals with your status, your honor, your community power, your prestige, how you are connected to the world. Interestingly, this house, the 10th house, is ruled by the moon in Cancer. The moon is a major luminary in the zodiac. What this tells me is that she will rise in power. You know, the largest objects in the sky are the sun and the moon, and that the moon is in her 10th house, dealing with her community power, her prestige in the world. This means she will be a major player on the world stage. And as we see her moving up in the ranks of the royal family, as I've said, she's in it for the long haul. She will be on the throne as queen consort. Okay. Now, what's interesting is the moon is the partner to the sun, and her husband will be king. So this is a sign, again, that she will be queen consort. Okay. Very fascinating. Now, if we look at the chart also, there are a number of aspects, planetary alignments, planetary transits that have to be considered, okay? One of them here, it's very interesting, is that Venus is in opposition to Jupiter in her chart. And an opposition generally means a conflict of area. And for her, it's a conflict, not really a conflict, but it's like love or money, whereas a conflict for most people. In her case, love wins out. It shows a strong Venus aspect, which means that she doesn't do stuff for money. She does it for love. So for the people who are saying, oh, she just married Prince William for his money. Her chart shows really that she operates from the heart. If she's not feeling it, she doesn't do it. But she, in the process, what's interesting is love has brought her the blessings of Jupiter, even though they're in a challenging aspect. So I think for her, the wealth and the glamour of her position, though she enjoys it, was really not her reason. And in fact, she thought, if I don't love him, I will not marry him, because she wouldn't marry him for the money. She married for love, and it really shows up here. Also, we've got Mars which is trine Jupiter. Mars is that fiery planet, that star power. And Jupiter means that she's definitely somebody in her life who will be center stage. She's bigger than life. And not only is she going to be blessed, she'll be in a position of power to bring blessings to others in this life. So this is a wonderful position to be in. It's just very fascinating that she ended up where she has, because this chart was cast long before she ever met Prince William. Very, very interesting. Also, we have our Sun trine Pluto. Powerful. Sun illuminates like power. Whatever sun hits, got to pay attention. Pluto, again, long-term vision. She's in it for the long run. She's not going to quit William. She's not cheating on William. She's not running out of the royal family. She's going to stay, and someday she'll be on the throne. Pluto guarantees it, okay? And we've got Neptune also, which is sextile Pluto. And what that gives her the ability to do is she has looked at the history of the royal family. She has evaluated what is needed in the royal family. She feels her role deeply within, and she is committed to staying the course. So again, the Duchess of Cambridge is a long-term player. She and William will not divorce, and they're going to see it all the way to the throne and beyond, okay? And then another aspect which I noticed here is that Mars is square Neptune. And what that means energetically is that she will not go along with something it doesn't feel right. The square aspect means challenge. So Mars means it's like power coming in, but if she's not feeling it, she won't do it. This indicates I believe a lot of integrity in herself, integrity in her performance of her duties, and it means that she will be an honorable person throughout her life. So there you go. There's my little take on Duchess of Cambridge. I think it's so very, very fascinating, and I can tell you I'll be watching her in the coming years. I'm very excited, and you know, good old Queen Elizabeth has set a great example. I think the Duchess of Cambridge will follow with her own dignity and style and do the Royal House of Windsor great honor and give it great prestige. Wonderful, wonderful person. I love her. Now I know why I'm drawn to her, because all of her Aquarian energy. Aquarian energy is a predominant theme, and that's working for her. And I love it because I'm an Aquarius, so great minds think alike. Anyways, I love Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. If any of you know her personally, want to send this to her, I'd love to pass it on to her. I got a lot of UK viewers, and I know some of you are connected in important circles. So this may be a wonderful insight for her and help her along the way. Share it with her if you can. Well, guys, there we go. There's our Zodiac Thursday. How do you like doing celebrity star charts? Is that interesting for you? Tell me in the box below. Well, you know, I got to say thank you for being here. And, you know, I always say it, but I have to remind you. If you're at a time in your life where you're feeling challenged, just pause. Look to the stars. The stars bring to us each day new blessings. They are friends along the way. The zodiac above us rotates, and each day is a new opportunity for new beginning and new power. So don't give in to despair, but keep faith, hope, and love in your heart, and you're sure to have success. You guys are the best. Thank you for being here for the Zodiac Thursday. Tomorrow is UFO Friday. So we'll have something about the space aliens and UFOs and what's going on with all of that as well. So make sure to be here for that as well. You guys are the best. I love you. I send you my blessings. Listen, like this, favorite it, share it with your friends. And if you can, hit subscribe. Be part of our channel. We'd sure love you to be here. And if you get a chance, pop over to my website and pick up some books to read. You can pick up my published works at www.robert-hickman.com. Thanks for being here, guys. I love you. We'll see you here tomorrow for UFO Friday. But until then, may you blessed be.